Hello guys, and welcome back to another Destiny type of videos. And today I'm going to talk about the PvP and gambits and how I feel like it could be improved. I mean, it is no secret that it's not the best and it definitely could improve. And I'm going to compare it to a game called MapleStory. I don't know if you played it or heard it or anything. It's more, I'm going to more specifically compare it to an event that happened with PvP and this party quest event that is, I guess you can call it, with Gambit. So I'm gonna take it off on this site. It has some information about it, and let's start off with Gambit because I'm on here now. And the cool part about the party quest event in the MapleStory is how you could actually infect or affect the game with like certain items that you can get from mobs drops and things like that. And in Gambit in Destiny it's just so boring. You kill enemies, you get some motes, you deposit the motes, and you do that until the boss spawn. It's just not that fun at all. And also everyone is trying to get it. So this just take a longer time for you to get up to like 15 or something. So everyone would have like a really low because, you know, they're just rushing around to take it. And then you have like if one team puts up a blocker first, they usually get the big lead. Like if you play Prime, they will get up their primeval before you've even deposited a single mote. Yeah, that has happened. And that's insane. Like sure, you can actually still win the game because the primeval in Gambit Prime takes way longer to kill than in normal Gambit. So it has happened that those people have come back and actually won. That there's nothing like, oh, those people who get the Prime up first sucks. If you haven't played Prime, do that before saying that anyone sucks. You will see that yeah, it is completely possible, but there is just no real difference between normal Gambit and Gambit Prime. You do the exact same thing, apart from the boss being a little bit like lengthier, I guess you could say, like the whole process, because he spawned 3 witches you have to kill like after a while, and he just does that like over and over again until he's dead. And that's just not fun. And you can still invade. That's just really annoying. That's it. You can only like sponsor blockers. That's just kind of boring. So what you could do in this event is that you fight in an arena type area, and you kill enemies to get points up. You have to actually pick up those points, and once you reach a certain point, once you get up to like the required to win, you actually win, and that's that. And what you could do when you kill enemies is that they could drop certain things. Let's see if I can find the list that doesn't have, yeah, here it is. So as you can see, these give different amount of points. They also drop health and mana potions, and because, well, you can't really have that. I guess you can somewhat have it because they kind of have it in Reckoning, where they drop a kind of an orb or a light spot, which actually give you health right away back. Otherwise, it takes forever to recharge your health. Not only this, but you could actually put on like debuffs on your enemies as well. You could stun them. You could make them much weaker to enemies. You can make their accuracy just disappear altogether. You could make them kind of confused so they walk around these weird areas and all. And one way to get rid of it is for your team to pick an all cure potion, which will remove all different buffs on them. That's just awesome in a way, because it can happen to any random people, or you can get this which will affect everyone. Then you have to wait for a few seconds for it to go away, depends on what it is. And that changes up the game. That makes the game different every time, and it's just so much fun. And also what's so good about this is that it's somewhat balanced. I mean, yes, if you're high level, you will be able to deal more damage towards like some tougher enemies in this, compared to if you're lower level, but you still have more chance. And also they made it to different level based if you're over a certain level, you play with other high levels. This, so that's cool. Let's see if I can find other. Here you have some protectors, some buff up, like you can see some accuracy up, avoidability, shield, magic and all cool stuff. You can buff your team. As you can see, darkness and all of this is debuffs towards the enemy team. Really cool thing. So you can see you can spawn these type of different enemies. Here you can see if I can get it bigger. Okay, not biggest, but you collect some points and you can save them up to buy certain buffs or debuffs. You can either spawn some enemies which could like prevent certain lower enemies to actually be on the ground to attack, so they have to like to kind of hang on a rope or whatever, stand on a safe platform for the higher level character to get rid of them, so you can halt their progress. Really cool stuff. I like that you can do that. And skills is that you will, well, debuff their enemies, as you can see, darkness and all. Protectors that you will buff up your character, well, your party. It's just stuff that makes the game different every time. It makes it kind of worth playing in a way. It's just fun that you will have more of an impact on the game. And let's see, there are, can I see it? I should probably have looked it up a bit earlier. Now I'm all the way down. I have to find it. It's on a video. I'm not gonna play the video. Well, here you can see actually. So you can see this type of crystal statue things, and these will pop up when someone buys a debuff towards the other team. So it will block the enemies like this, as you can see. This means that you cannot attack them with skills. And the only way to get rid of it is to destroy one of these statues that pops up. They can be anywhere on the map. It's not the biggest map. And you can see them kind of grow up on the ground, so you can destroy them. And that would be kind of cool to see in a gambit. For example, there will be like an enemy that pops up that glows a lot, and you'll have to kill him to be able to damage the other enemies. Or there will be like some beacon or something you have to destroy, or anything like that. And I feel like that's really cool stuff, really cool idea. And that's it. This game had an idea for its events, and Destiny doesn't really have an idea of their type of, I guess, game modes. And that's what's kind of sucks. Is like, if the Bungie team were to sit down and play their own game, they would realize how kind of bad it is. Like, the game are just so repetitive. There's just very little rewards or changes between everything. It's just not that fun to play. Going through a gambit match feels more like a chore than actual fun. Going through PvP feels more like, I don't know, you want to fucking kill yourself than you want to play another game. Just because of how unbalanced it is, and just not really thought out, just thrown in there because, I mean, it's an online game, FPS game, it has to have PvP, right? That's the default process. There's nothing else to it. And I feel like if they changed it up on how Gambit would work, that would be a lot better. And PvP, this one had PvP. That was just an event that it's not a permanent thing, which Destiny has. It was just an event that came up. It was there for a couple of, I don't know how long it was, because it was so long ago since that event happened, like a couple of years ago. And they made it fucking perfectly. That's just insane to me, that an event that wasn't there forever in a game that didn't seem to be like fit for it just made it work so well. Everyone was playing it, and it didn't matter of your level. And the crazy thing about MapleStory is that once you level up, your skill power gets like increased. Like, you can take skills up, and then you can put some buffs on your character, or well, increase like your health, resistance, movement speed, and everything on your character. And since there are a lot of different classes in this game, it's just, how would they ever balance it out? But they managed to balance it out really well, regardless of your level, regardless of your character, like the class you are, regardless of the armor you're wearing, because they did affect your boost, or well, not a boost, but your stats. And they just managed to do that really well. I no one expected that, I guess. I certainly didn't expect it, and I played the shit out of it because it was so fun. Now the rewards I don't really remember exactly. For this, for example, if you gather a certain gold coins, they will drop randomly from an enemies. I think you needed around 50 or so, and you would get a really good necklace, and everyone was trying to get it. Like that was everyone saw the coin, and everyone was trying to get it. And something like that could be really cool. Imagine that on Gambit, like a certain gold mode would drop, and you pick it up, and after you pick up a certain amount of those, like they'll go see the points, you could go to like Drifter and buy something. Like you needed a certain amount of points. At least that, if they just added that, it will feel like not of a short, like that much of a short to play it, but it will feel like kind of like a purpose to play it, you know? Like you play it because you know you can, there's a chance you can get these points, so you can buy that awesome armor or weapon or whatever, and that would just be really good, really cool. Just it's a tiny thing that could change quite a lot, but the whole thing that I just listed off here that this and other game had would just make it so much better. And PvP, like, balance it out. All they have to do is sit down. For example, there is an update today, and next time they have an update, sit down and play PvP. Like your whole team just go into a PvP, meet each other, play like 1 or 2 games, and you will instantly see what needs to be fixed. Like it doesn't take that long. Like it really doesn't. You could probably change the game mode or like the timer so it's like longer. You could probably spawn in weapons. You could just test all weapons right there and then, and like it wouldn't take that long at all. It really wouldn't. The only thing holding you back is your laziness and the kind of like not really care. You don't put in love and care in this game, and it really shows. Just the smallest of little thing could change a lot. So that's kind of what I want to talk about, like how they could easily fix it. Like, yeah, it was like if they use balance out PvP, it could be somewhat better, because as it is now, it's not balanced at all. It's more of like, hey, which gun is the strongest, and only go with the strongest gun. Woohoo, fun, yada yada. That means you can't use another weapon. For example, assault rifle sucks dick right now. And there are some challenges where you have to get assault rifle kills, but they're just not good enough. You also have sidearms, but not that many use it because, well, sidearms sucks in this game. Like they're not only in PvP, but in PvE, it's just not viable. Assault rifles are a bit more viable in PvE though than PvP, but still. And I wanted to be more balanced with the guns, to where it doesn't completely matter what gun you have, you will still be able to kill enemies in a more of a fair type of way. And it also allows you to play with different classes instead of just force you to be on one type. So that will get way more repetitive. You just playing like go around with a shotgun that everyone is doing right now, and it could really change up on how you play, and it would be way more enjoyable if all guns were more balanced out. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I also made a list that I posted on the forum. Pretty much more of how you could change, or not change, but changes that could improve Destiny just in general. And I got posted in the description, so please do be sure to check that out. And hopefully you enjoy that. Hopefully there's like, maybe you have some other ideas that I didn't post up there, so you don't be afraid to leave that in the comment on that post, because I'm going to update it whilst playing the game to see like, okay, this could be improved, this could be improved, you know. And tell me if I'm, you know, anything of my opinions are not wrong, or not wrong, but doesn't really need to be there. I mean, it's all opinion based, but I feel like it could still really benefit the game. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye.